All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. I'm starting to write some programs that more or less go along with what's in our textbook. And right now I am in the Chapter 2 stuff towards the end, and I'm going to create two more payroll programs right now. The first one will use the scanner class as mentioned right here, so we'll have to use that import statement. And they work with system.in, so we'll have to do something like this. All right, and it's kind of an archaic way of doing things. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing it, but it's considered old school. So then we'll redo it using dialog boxes. We'll use the J option pane for our input and the message dialog for our output. So we'll have an input dialog and a message dialog. All right, so we'll do both of those. And that will also have us use the system.exit. And I'm not going to worry right now about converting a string to a number. We'll take a look at that, okay? And we'll look at that shortly. How's that? Actually, we probably will look at that in here, and that'll get us through the first two chapters. So what I have done is in my payroll program, or payroll folder, I've created a second folder called payroll number 2A, all right, and there will be a payroll number 2B in just a minute. So I want to create a new project. It will again be Java. Again, I don't need to set anything here. Next. No templates. Next. This, the project location will go here, and it'll again be called, we can call it payroll number 02A, that's fine. And I'm going to click finish. All right. Then in here, I want to again go to source, right mouse click, new Java class, and I want it to say, just like before, edu.rankin.jpscott.payroll with a big P. I want class to be chosen, choose OK, and there we've got everything we need. All right. Now the first thing that we're going to have to do here. All right, so basically the first thing that I'm going to do here, after putting in these two little comments here, all right, and putting in our PSV tab to put in our main, all right, and adding some comments for that as well. Is we're going to have to come in and add an import statement. Now, if we don't put it in, it'll either be put in for us automatically or we'll be given a message saying that we should put it in. So let's just do this. All right, I'm going to grab the same stuff I had previously, so I don't have to do a lot of rewrite here. I don't want you to watch me type. I think that's kind of ridiculous. All right, so let's open this up and let's grab all this stuff that we had before. But we're going to declare, but we're not going to, we will declare and initialize the variables. In fact, I'm just going to grab everything. Okay, so that's what we did before. And I'm going to come back in here and paste that in. So now basically we've got the same program that we had to begin with. But I'm going to initialize this to the empty string, this to a blank space, this to the empty string, age to 0. We'll leave the is union to false. Payroll number will make 0. Hours worked will make 0.0. Hourly rate will make 0.0. And this gross pay, for now, we're going to just initialize it to 0.0. Now let me pretty this up just a little bit. Employee number should be 0. Now, don't worry about this stuff that's here. We'll keep that in here so we can see it, but we're not going to even use that much, at least, okay? All right, so the first thing that I want to do is I want to come in here and I want to create another variable. And that variable will be of type scanner. So I'm going to put another message here that says create program scanner variable. Now I don't remember if this is going to give me an error or not, but I'm going to say here scanner keyboard, notice it's red, equal new scanner system.in. And what I'm saying is I want to create a new variable called keyboard that's of type scanner, and I have to initialize and set it up so it's my new input device. Now if I take my mouse and put it here, it says cannot resolve symbol. All right, now I'm going to try an Alt Enter, and it says do I want to import the class, and I do. So I click. Now notice there's nothing here. Notice when I click import class, it says do I want the scanner class? Yes, I do. So it put that line of code in there for me. And now I don't have my error anymore either. I could have manually typed it in, that import statement, then I wouldn't have gotten the red to begin with. But I just wanted to show you that that is considered a compiler hint for us. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to go in and we want to put in system.out.print, not print line, but print, that says please input first name. All right, so that's what we're telling it to do. And then first name equals keyboard dot next line. All right, notice there's no errors there. I don't know what that's doing. Create switch statement, no. All right, so that's good. And notice now that if I run this, so if I do a file and I do a save all and I do a run and tell it to run my payroll program, it's going through its thing. All right, please input first name. Now I can put in Jeff. And it still gives me all that stuff, and it's got Jeff, but none of the rest of the stuff. This was set to nothing, this was set to nothing, 0, false, etc. All right, so as I go and put each one of these in, what you'll see is it'll be more and more filled up. So please input last name, and that'll be last name equals keyboard, okay? And again, I'm going to run this again, so run payroll. And you'll notice I should have really cleared this, but I didn't. So there we go. So input first name, Jeff. Input last name, Scott. So those are both set. All right, but nothing else is. All right. I don't know with the middle name. Well, we'll see. I'm going to just try this. So please input middle initial. I don't know with this if this is going to work correctly or not. See, the next line it doesn't like. Keyboard dot, is there a next char? No, there is not. Oh boy. Keyboard dot. I don't see anything for this. So I'm just going to try a next and see if it takes that. I don't know if it will or not. All right. Doesn't like that. Huh. Incompatible types. Okay. Well, for now, just to make this work, I'm going to change this to a string. All right, which will fix all of the errors that I have right now. Except I'm going to have to make this double quote, double quote. All right. Oops. Okay, and then this will have to be next line. All right, so that should, it's going to be a big S. That should fix everything. All right. Now, when I come over here, I should be able to, one of these things over here, there's something I can do here to, oh, I don't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. Doggone it. Oof. Okay. That's what I want. All right, event log, no. Try it again. Well, let's see if I fix this. That's not what I want. That was what I wanted, was the clear button. But let's do another file, save all. Always a good idea to do that first. Run payroll. Here it comes. So input first name, Jeffrey, input middle initial, P, input last name, Scott. So it's got all that stuff, but I've got to do the rest now, okay? All right, so the next thing that I am supposed to put in is my current age, which is of type byte. All right. Byte is, well, I might have to change this to an integer, but we're going to find out right now. I'm learning along with you. Please input current age. And that's age. And I don't know if there's a next byte in there or not. Evidently there is. All right. So again, file, save all. I should remember to always click that button to clear this, and I didn't. Run payroll. All right, so first name Jeffrey, middle initial P, last name Scott, current age 61, and you can see I'm building it. My union status is already in there, but I really and truly should always read that too. Don't need that event stuff, so I'm going to move that way over. All right. So I'm getting there. So next is Boolean. So please input union status. Right, so is union. It'll give me an error because I don't know if it's next dot next. Oh, there is a next bool, next Boolean. All right. Again, file, save all, run payroll. Nice, always nice to have a clean slate when you start here. Jeffrey, P, Scott, this time let's put in 60, and let's put true, just so you see that it's all been set now. Okay? All right, now we've got to do the employee number and then the hours worked. So let's do that next. So again, let's clear this. J there, but that was something I did. So the next thing is employee number. Please input employee number. And that should be next int. I believe that's going to be correct. And that's going to be emp number equals next int. So again, a file, save all. I'm building this very, very incrementally, just so you can see everything I'm doing here. All right. Jeffrey P. Scott, 61, false, 12222. And there it all is. So I've got left hours worked, hourly rate, and gross pay. So let's do those right now. First, let's clear this. All right. So please input hours worked. And this will be hours worked. I'm going to get an error right away because that's not an int. So when I move off of there, I guess it does allow it as an int, but that should be next double. And I'm just going to, because they're very similar to one another, I'm going to just put this in here twice. And I'm going to say here hourly rate. And this will be hourly rate. All right. And then if you remember from before, I don't input the gross pay. So gross pay equals hours worked times hourly rate. All right. That should be my entire program now. Now the program will blow up if it's expecting some kind of variable and I give it another type. All right, so you'll notice that when I run this, I'm going to purposely make the program blow up here. So Jeffrey O. Scott. For my age, I'm going to put in hello. You see that it breaks. This is called a stack trace right here. And it's letting me know that, hey, somewhere in your program in main in line 33, it had something it didn't understand. So I'd have to go back in my program to line 33 and say age. Well, I put hello while it was looking for a byte. All right. So let's run it one more time. File, save all, run payroll. Input first name, Jeffrey P. Scott, 61, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that was union status. I made it break again. Okay, one more time. Run payroll. Jeffrey P. Scott, 61. False. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 40. 25. And you see I get the same output that I had before. The difference is I can run the program again now, and because of the fact that the values are not hard-coded, I can say Sandra Smith. Whoops, well, that was her middle initial now, so Smith, 60, true, 22222, 50, 50. And you see I get somebody else's information. That's what I'm trying to show you. So what we have done, the change between this program and the previous one is this program allowed us to come in and use the scanner. So to use the scanner, we had to import java.util.scanner because that's where that is defined. All right? And we had to make sure we used next line for string variables. I couldn't find anything for chars, so I didn't, I changed this char up here that we had to a string. And for the age, since it was of type byte, the union was Boolean. All right. The employee number was an int. The other two were doubles. Now, absolutely nothing wrong with this program. Works just fine, etc., etc. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the guts of it, so to speak. I'm going to grab all of that. All right, I'm going to do one more file, save all. Then I'm going to do a file, close project. All right, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to find, so here was my payroll number 2A, so I'm going to create another folder that's going to be called payroll number 02B, and I'm going to write this program one more time, but this time I'm going to write it, and I'm going to, instead of having the scanner, which is what we just used, I'm going to replace that scanner with J option pings. All right, so we'll come back and do that in just a moment.